was that the sin of eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the Eitz Hadas, was that they ate prematurely. And I learned this from Rabbi Gozlan also, that they had they waited another 6 hours, God would have given them permission to eat from the Eitz Hadas. And now I know what that means. That means it would have been mature. It would have been ripe. The tree would have been ripe for them to eat. But the Das had no vessel. The Das wasn't ready, but they ate from it anyway. When the serpent tricked them, they wanted to be godlike. They wanted to have their own discernment, like God has his own discernment. So they jumped the gun. And what happened? Everything split. So if you imagine the tree of life in your head, you have Chachma and Bina, fully vesseled, and then you have Da'as, not ready yet. But they ate from it anyway, and everything split into left and right, and we had good and evil. And now we had to discern everything through the filter of what is good and what is bad. Instead of everything being a unified field, we now had a split field. And those 6 hours correspond to the 6,000 years we've been trying to rectify our own da'as on our own, come to our own maturity of processing the universe as a unified field instead of split. So I asked Yiro, what does it practically mean to have a mature da'as? Like, we could say those words, but what do they mean? And he answered me. He always gives me the most concise, precise, perfect answers, like the answer that settles my soul. Like, I don't need to ask any more questions. When he gives me an answer, I'm like, done. Okay, so I said, what does it mean to have a mature das? He said, it means one should not use the forms, the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov, to discern reality, but he should use the Torah of Atzilus and the Mother's Torah, Kabbalah, to produce his das. Meaning, we should produce das from the top down, not from the bottom up. We should look at everything as a unified field. There's no good and evil. It's all Hashem. Hashem is one, instead of viewing everything as split.